Hi friends, welcome back. I am so happy to see you again, and I have heard what you've been saying, and you know what? I'm here to deliver. Today it's all about empties. I know you guys like that. I appreciate it too. I just can't. To be honest, the reason that I haven't done more of them is because I had kind of an overwhelming stash of empties, which is, I guess, a good problem to have when you're trying to film empty videos. But today I took a good look at it. I organized it. I think I'm going to have some really cool empty videos coming up with ones that are dedicated to, like, say, eye creams. I'm looking at you, eye creams. I have a stash of empty eye creams. So I'm like, yes, let's put it together so we can compare, contrast, all those things. But today I have an empties of ones that I finished up pretty recently. I'm trying my best. So my goal is to have an empties video at least once a month. That might be a stretch. I think it might be closer to every other month, but I do go through quite a few products. So I want to have a better, like, more timely delivery method for you guys. So that said, this is just what I've been going through lately. No categories, like no major categories. So we're just gonna jump in and I'm gonna talk you through them in no particular order. First one we have is this Colab, but it looks like Colab dry shampoo, Paradise Fragrance. I bought this because I had run out of all of my other dry shampoos and I just needed something, and I will not be repurchasing it. I don't know if it's the smell. Like, I don't need the oil absorbing part. I just need for when I work out that it's sweaty. And this one is not that. So it doesn't mean that this isn't a good dry shampoo. It might work for you. But if you have like sweaty hair that you need dried, like I know that's a kind of particular thing. This is not the one. I also just thought it was way too pungent. So maybe if they have it unscented, I would try it, but not worth it. Okay, the next up, I have this Vieve Skin Nova. So you can see that I cut it open to get the last little bits out. Just because I liked it. It smelled divine. It smelled like rose. But this stuff is expensive. Like, anything that Jamie Genevieve makes, her brand is Vieve, is usually pretty spectacular. But they're more toward the like luxury end of things, and she makes no illusions that it's supposed to be cheaper. Like, this is a luxury brand. So for me, this was supposed to be like a primer, a glowy primer, a moisturizer, whatever you need it to be. I just found like I could use a moisturizer instead, or I could use a moisturizer with some like glow potion or whatever, and this is kind of unnecessary for the price. But the next one is the Youth to the People Superberry Dream Cleansing Balm. I spoke about this in one of my recent videos. I will link it here, about cleansing balms. This stuff smells, well, now it doesn't smell like anything because it's empty. It has a unique smell. I like it sometimes, and then other times I don't. I think it's the cloudberry, but I mentioned in the video, this one is like gritty. It almost feels like an exfoliator. And I just didn't find that it did such a great job, and it wasn't super emollient, like, you know, the ones that just dissolve between your fingers. That's what I love. This one did not dissolve immediately, so I'm not going to spend however much money. This was not cheap at all to get something that doesn't perform like I like, but it works fine. It's a true cleansing balm, so if you really like the brand or the smell, I guess you could buy it. But I think, honestly, I guess all of the first three are passes for me. I would not repurchase. Now we're getting into the territory where I might repurchase. This is the Josie Maran Pure Argan Milk Intensive Hydrating Treatment. This is like a combo between a serum and a moisturizer. And if you really love using like facial oils, like your skin just soaks that up, this would be a really good option for you. The reason I'm kind of on the fence and say like might purchase, might not, is because it's not cheap. I mean, I have some facial oils and I have plenty of moisturizers. So it just doesn't reach that like pinnacle of where I'm like, I don't care. I have enough of other stuff. I need this. It's kind of in the middle ground, but I really like it. It had like a little bit of a scent, but nothing too overpowering. And it just kind of was one of those wonderful products where you're like, is this a serum or is this a moisturizer? I don't know. I don't care. So if you love that kind of product and you're willing to spend a little bit more, I would highly, highly recommend it. Just for me, I'm not like, I don't need another moisturizer. So maybe when I run out of some, I'll repurchase it. But for the moment, no. Now, what have I repurchased? This one. This is, I've spoken about this maybe like 3 or 4 times now. This is the Rephr Hydration Cream 1.0. I clearly finished this off and I already have a backup. This is just a spectacular summer moisturizer. If you have drier skin, it might be a little like not enough, but it's really great under makeup. Like if you wear makeup often and you really are looking for a moisturizer that doesn't interfere with the makeup, this is it. It has this gel consistency, but it's thicker. Like a lot of gel moisturizers that I've tried just soak in and you're like, wait, where did it go? Like that didn't do anything. This soaks in enough that it doesn't disrupt anything, but it feels like it's longer lasting. The ingredients are spectacular. It's a pay as you want or as you can, at least for right now, because it's in their concept store. But I highly, highly recommend it if that's something you're in the market for. Next one. This is the Ordinary Buffet Copper Peptides 1%. So everyone raves about this and people talk about it all the time. It comes out blue. Can you see that? Yeah. I guess I've got one drop left. I'm not probably going to repurchase it. I just don't find most serums to do anything for my skin. I've said it many times. I make my own serum, which is the Triple Crown serum. I think it's the most spectacular serum in the world because I didn't want to make a serum when I started making my skincare because I was like, I spend $30 and nothing, I don't see anything. But with my serum, I actually do feel like it plumps, it moisturizes, it hydrates. So this, I think it's a great serum and probably a lot of people do love it. So there's nothing wrong with it. I just, again, like I'm probably not the best person to be reviewing serums because I wholeheartedly believe mine is better than anybody else's, but I could be biased. I'm so excited to get rid of these products. They've been sitting, I think I moved with some of them. Okay, this is a little sample and I'm actually going to be doing a sample empties and I think that's a great idea and I'll tell you why. Because you get to see, like, if I use this sample, did I repurchase it? Yes? No? Maybe so? Here's a spoiler. I'm not going to put this one in it. I should. But this is the Youth to the People Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream, and I did not repurchase this. Everyone raves about this cream. They're like, this is the most magical moisturizer ever. Like, why? Like, what? It's a moisturizer. Like, I make 3 moisturizers that are better than this. Not to, like, go into my own brand, but this is... It's just a moisturizer. Like, I do not understand the hype about it. It's so expensive. Youth to the People is like a Sephora brand, so it's not so expensive, but it's expensive. It does the job, but there's nothing spectacular about it. Like, I really, 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 truly don't understand. If you like it, please tell me because I'm like, am I using it wrong? What's going on here? Okay, next up, we have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I hopped on this train very late, and I really enjoyed this cream. It's supposed to be like a brightener for under your eyes. It does smell, well not anymore, but of kind of like light bananas, which is not my favorite. This one was fine. Like I liked it, but I am gonna be doing the empty eye cream one. I just don't think you need to spend this kind of money. That's just me though. I didn't see that it brightened my under eyes, but I don't have super dark under eyes, so like probably not the best person to test it, but I think it's fine. I just wouldn't repurchase it. Okay, we've got a few more bits and bobs. The next one is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. So I have almost their whole line. I will do a video on all of the Glow Recipe watermelon ones. And out of them, I'll give you a spoiler. This is my favorite. This is the serum one. This is the closest serum that I have found that mimics what my Triple Crown from Plus Minus does. It really does plump. It just gives the illusion that your skin is like, well, not illusion, your skin is glowier. It just looks healthier, it looks fresher. And there's something about this. Also the smell, it's like Jolly Rancher watermelon, like it's intoxicating. If you don't like smells, you probably won't like it, but it's fabulous. Now, my one qualm with this is this is a glass bottle. And so once you get to the bottom, like it's very hard to get the last bits out because you can't even really go like that. So, you know, I think their packaging, they try to make it all like cutesy and fun, but it's not as practical as it maybe could be. So I have not repurchased this, but again, I just don't repurchase serums because I have my holy grail. This is the very close second to it. So it's probably the only one that I might repurchase, but for the time being, nope. Okay. We have another moisturizer. Did I have more? No. Oh yeah, I did. Now this one is thicker than the other ones I spoke of. This is the Pharmacy Honey Halo. And it comes in this really cool like honeycomb packaging glass bottle with this little spoon on the top. This is a fabulous moisturizer. This is my second. I already have a backup. This is one of those things that I have repurchased. I repurchased this. I don't need to repurchase it now because I have a lot of winter like thick creams, but I usually repurchase this during the Sephora sale like once or twice a year whenever I need it, because it's quite expensive. So if you can get the 20 or 15% off, I would recommend that. But this is great for people with more sensitive, dry skin. It has a little bit of a scent, but it's a very mild honey scent. Honey is actually great for sensitive skin. It's very soothing, calming, and it's just so enjoyable to put on with that smell, and just nice and rich and creamy. So this is pretty much an always forever repurchase. Okay, 2 more. I'm gonna leave the best for last. The next one is the Clinique Long Lash Power Mascara. So this one is a fabulous mascara, and the only reason it's an empty is, I don't know why I'm like showing you. Well, I guess I'll show you the wand. It's a very thin wand, and it comes in brown, which is wonderful. It just kind of expired. Like, it's a little dry when I put it on. When I look at it, I'm like, oh, might have some juice still in it, but it's not. It's dry. It's like dried up. This is a tubing mascara. This is one of my favorites. It works really great for your under, like lower lash line, because it is such a small wand. I just think there are some cheaper options, but if you are looking for a brown tubing mascara that is nice and light, it's not gonna overpower if, you know, like if your lashes are maybe shorter and don't hold a curl, this is a great one for that. I have another Clinique one. Where is it? This one, which is the High Impact. They're quite different. This one has like a wand that's rounded like that. Can you see? This one is more for like volume. I would say that the one that I'm out of is more for definition. It'll give you a more natural look. So if those are what you're looking for, this is a great option. And last, but absolutely not least, is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. Guys, I did it. I used up an entire concealer. I know that's like not that big of a deal, but I have a lot of makeup and I'm trying to get better. I'm gonna be doing some declutters. I'm gonna be, you know, basically on a no buy. This is, well, the bottle like came apart, but I still used it. This is one of the most, oh, is there just a little bit left in there? Because it was laying down. Let's put some on. I think this might be my favorite concealer. I don't need to do this, but I'm doing it. I used to be a staunch advocate of the NARS, and I still am, NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. But this one I think is better if you want a little bit lighter coverage. It also is self-setting. You don't really need to powder it. This one, just the undertone of it and the shade of it is just so perfect for me. I find that I can wear this shade, which is shade 32, summer or winter. I don't need to get like 3 different shades, whereas the NARS, the custard shade, I wear in this winter, and then macadamia in the summer. But the macadamia shade can be so like warm that it doesn't work year round, whereas this shade 32, I feel like I just can use it forever. It's just perfect. I probably will repurchase this. I have only like a handful of concealers right now, so I'm gonna try to use them up, and then when I actually get to the bottom of some of the others, I will probably repurchase this. It really just is spectacular, and it's probably overtaking NARS, which was my favorite forever, as the favorite. So this little bad boy, favorite. Those are some of the empties I have. And as always, I'm trying to encourage you guys, if you heard anything in here that you like, just consider, do you need it at the moment? I love to give you my feedback on things, especially empties that I've used up, but I'm really trying to encourage what I'm calling now intentional consumerism, which means you buy things when you need them, not because, oh, it's brand new, somebody said they liked it, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, just like think about it through. Do I need another concealer at the moment? No. But when I do, will I remember this one? I will. I'll write it down. I'll do whatever. But just, I'm not telling you to go out and buy them. Like, this is just information for you to use. And I just hope that you consider, you know, spending maybe less and like doing something that you love with that money. What I've been doing, actually, I'll tell you this. I have been, if I want to buy something, what was it when I bought the Westman Atelier skin tint? I also wanted it's like a blush highlighter, eyeshadow. You can use it for anything. I tested it out in a store in New York. I loved it. I wanted it. But you know what? What I did was like, I will review this. This review will be useful for my channel. The other one, not. So I took that money that I was going to spend on it and I put it into a different account as my savings account, which I'm going to spend on a house one day. My husband and I like to renovate houses, so I want to use it for down payment. Down payment. And of course I know that it was $75, which is insane. And I know that $75 is not going to get me a house, but if I continue to do that and I save and save and save, eventually I'll get there. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.